The letter I never wrote. To whom it may concern, you know who you are. This ain't a track, it's a confession. An overdue receipt for the silence. I wrote this 1,000 times in my head. Never had the courage for the ink. The truth is heavy, man. But tonight I let it fall.
I remember that, but that busted up hoop, cracked asphalt at the park. You were the architect of the dream, lighting up the dark. You had the foresight, the hustle, the blueprint for the great escape. You were supposed to be the anchor man, not the figure on the tape. I watched you take the first steps, the risks I wasn't ready to claim. I celebrated your victory, even when they mispronounced your name. But then the altitude changed you, the currency altered the voice. You started wearing silence like a permanent, expensive choice. I wanted to call you out, scream across the generational gap. But the truth is, I was busy running my own lap. We were two sides of the same Compton coin, facing the same grim portrait. But your ambition got toxic and my silence was a forfeit. I saw the descent coming like a slow motion documentary, and I chose the witness role, man. That's the real legacy. I wanted to tell you stop, the pavement ain't where you belong. But fear held my tongue, man, fear that I might be wrong. We traded brotherhood for glances, respect for the code. Nah, the distance we built between us, it felt sanctioned by God. Now I gotta talk about the end, part I still regret. Remember that night, the rain, the cheap motel parking lot. The moment the partnership fractured, the lesson we both forgot. You needed bail, man, needed the 10,000 I had saved. I told you I'm investing, allow my weak self engrave. That wasn't business, that was cowardice. Fear of the association, I chose my clean image over our joint liberation. You looked at me and didn't speak, just a cold no. Instead that look was the contract, the debt I can never repair. That silence was louder than any diss track you could spit. It defined my success the moment I decided to quit. Being accountable, being the man who kept his word. I let the business run the friendship. The final lesson learned, I won the world, but I lost one person who saw me as pure. And the victory tastes empty, the pain is the only cure. This letter, man, it's not for you, it's for me. It's the only way I can clean the ink off my hands. You didn't fail me, I failed to us. The idea of the covenant, I built my pedestal on the ruin of that promise. And every time the crowd screams my name, I hear your silence. I hear the echo of the night. I chose my wallet over our worth. So yeah, I made it, but I got here alone, in the isolation. It's the payment, the constant haunting payment. I never sent the letter, cause I knew the reply. It wouldn't be hate, man, just be goodbye. Quiet forgiveness that cuts deeper than the rage. So I'll just keep writing this confession on a blank page. And maybe one day the silence will forgive me too. Sure.
Black market for souls.
Welcome to the exchange, no receipts, no refunds, cash or collateral. The only currency accepted here is the essence. You traded for the spotlight.
You traded for the silence. The market is always open. Yeah.
The ledger's open, and the price is always rising. I see the industry brokers calculating, advising. They tell you sign the dotted line, we handle the exposure. But exposure's just a spotlight on your permanent closure. I watch the young cats trade their integrity for a feature. They sold their consciousness cheap, now they just a broken preacher. The contract's the coffin, the fame is the embalming fluid. They take the hunger from your belly, replace it with something lucid. See, the black market ain't a street corner, it's the boardroom table where the dollar is defined and the conscience is unstable. They bought the rights to my trauma, now they sell it back as entertainment. I'm a 9-figure spectacle, trapped in this arrangement. I spit the truth for free, but they monetize the reflection. I'm caught in the transaction, waiting for the final injection. You think the platinum plaque's clean? You think the Grammy's pure? Man, every single dollar bill got a history to endure. They want the raw product, the pain pain you can't cure. Tell me what's the exchange rate for a life that wasn't pure? I'm staring at the mirror trying to find the man that's me. He's stuck in that scroll, waiting for the final decree.
The price for absolute immortality is 70% of your current vulnerability. Final offer.
70. But what remains?
Enough to rap about, that's the beauty of the deal.
The 70% is gone, but the emptiness is amplified. I walk these halls of opulence, feeling truly mortified. The luxuries of camouflage for the spiritual drought. They packaged my survival, then filtered all the doubt. I try to buy it back, man, try to use the new money, but the contract was in blood and the ink was never runny. The children of the corn watch me looking for the righteous path, but my journey's a warning, a symbol of the aftermath. They call me Messiah, but I'm just a registered commodity, a high-yield investment profiting off my identity. I see this whole market thriving, the brokers making calls, trading desperation for designer clothes and marble dolls. My only weapon is the microphone, spitting fire at the truth, but even the fire's contained, marketed to the restless youth. We are not consumers, we are the consumer. We trade our quiet moments for digital acclaim, assuming that the volume of the applause can substitute for substance. But when the lights turn off and the echo leaves the room, it's just the silence and the ghost of the man you were supposed to be. I'm asking God to liquidate the stock, to dissolve his whole entity, to reset the value, to find the currency of grace. Unsign the contract, break the terms, the deal, I regret shit. The market is crashing, I spit the resistance, I reject the false sales. The soul is not tradable, the sacred is mine. I'm canceling the exchange, I'm collapsing the design. Black market, closed down, yeah. Transaction is void. The transaction is void. Unclaimed innocent. The market is crashing. I spit the resistance, I reject the false sales. The soul is not tradable, sacred is mine. I'm canceling the exchange, I'm collapsing the design. Black market closed down, yeah. The transaction is void. The transaction is void. They cloned the body, they couldn't copy the frequency. They mapped the blueprint, they didn't calculate the memory. The 2.0 is not an upgrade, it's an admission. I own the code owns me. My survival is encoded, my success is in the bloodline. You looking at the heir apparent built to break the finish line. They analyze the texture, they don't dissect the hunger. I'm a composite image of every ancestor's blunder. I got the fear of the cop in the cellular sequence. The ghetto gospel on loop, a historical recurrence. You see the chain, I see the shackles that my great-grandfathers broke. I speak the dialect of trauma, whisper from the burning smoke. Power, vengeance, virtue, it's the trinity. I spit my vocabularies, why? Because their ancestors never quit. They tried to erase the script, tried to whitewash the history, but every single chromosome is a coded victory. Yeah, I'm in the new tax bracket, but the pain is still tax-free. This ain't a persona, this is a fatality, tragically. They want the origin story, the poverty that fuels the fame. They want the victim profile so they can monetize the shame. But the DNA is the weapon and I'm reloading the past. This 2.0 ain't pretty, but this one's built to last.
Switch the sample, switch the tempo, let me tell them about the trauma.
Hold up, the baseline changed because the narrative shifted. The new algorithm processed the truth that was gifted. The arrogance in part A, that's just a generational difference. The fear of being poor is my 9-figure recompense. I got my father's temper, my mother's prayer on repeat. The contradiction is my carriage, navigating the street. What did the first version teach me? That the anger is productive. What did the 2.0 show me? That the healing is inductive. It's the silent addiction that runs through the double helix. The cycle of abuse, the violence, the failure to be fearless. I'm standing on the stage screaming verses to the youth, but the ghost of my grandfather's asking me, did you tell them the truth? The truth is, this luxury is borrowed, the success is conditional. The pain is the only part of my inheritance that's transitional. I look at my daughter's face, I see the pure unwritten scroll, and I realize 2.0 isn't about the body, it's about saving the soul. The code is a language, man, and it speaks in whispers. My grandmama had the patience of a saint, my cousin had the fury of 1,000 winners. They both reside right here in the helix. So when they ask me who I am, I give them the full spectrum. I give them the rage and I give them the resolution. I am the trauma and I am the therapy. I'm the problem and the complicated solution. The beat is coming back. Get ready for the revelation. I am not defined by the money. I am refined by the struggle. Woo! The new DNA is built to dodge every cynical juggle. I take the anger, I take the fear, I funnel it all to the mic. I'm the evolution of the narrative, shedding the spotlight. The truth is my frequency, the message is the wave. I'm the two of the version that refuses to be saved. I save myself, I save my family, I save the block piece by piece. I'm the living proof that the curse eventually finds release. 2-0 is the acceptance, 2-0 is the freedom, 2-0 is the freedom.
Double the dollar, double the trauma. Time.
10.
See, you hold the cold on the lyrical like an accountant. They call it profit, I call it compounded interest. It's not just money, it's a magnifying glass. It amplifies the mess you had. I wanted to exit, they gave me the golden cover. But when you double the dollar, the trauma, it quadruples the mathematics of pain, does not.
I built a gated house, the fence is a wall of protection. Where the trauma has the master key, it ignores the interruption. I traded the block for Beverly Hills, the zip code is clean now. But the comp and paranoia still wakes me up and teaches me to hunt now. I gave my mother the diamond, but I still have the flash of the scarcity. She smiles for the camera, but the bank account doesn't erase the injury. I take the chopper, but the dizziness isn't from the height, it's the fear of crashing back into the place where life holds no cure. Double the dollar, I sealed a 10-figure deal. The legacy is cemented, double the trauma. Now the whole family calls the problem is multiplied. They want a slice of the cake, but the cake was baked with my pain. I paid for it, and now I'm the custodian, the owner. Success is just a higher stage for your deepest drama. I thought the money was the exorcist, the solvent for the fear, but it only invited the demons to a clearer, more expensive seat, I swear. I ran from the neighborhood, but I didn't run from the neighborhood. Mine, I'm a luxury Porsche, but still driving into my nightmare. Yeah, you buy the therapy, sit on a velvet couch. The therapist says, tell me about your rage beat. But now the therapist knows my price. Conversation is compromised. Vulnerability is a commodity. Me, Cooper, is itemized. I remember the silence at home, the whisper behind the door. The trauma wasn't the event, it was a thing no one cares for. Now, every interview is a reopening of that old wound. They pay to see me bleed. My story is legend. Yeah, I get the best lawyer to ward off the parasites. Yeah, lawyer reminds me I have to ward off my own. I gave him the key to the vault. Hey, they found the key to my instability. Money is not a shield, it is a target, the fatality. I can buy anonymity, but my voice is too loud on the radio. The trauma is in HD, and the wealth is the damn studio. The only thing money does is buy you time to think. And what do you do with that time? You unearth the pain you wanted to sink. Humility was my leash, success was my master. The dollar doubled and the trauma doubled because the trauma is patient. It waited for me to reach up, waited for me to be alone. And it reminded me you cannot buy a new child, you cannot buy a new home. The price of prophecy is the dollar, the price of being human is the trauma. I aim to solve the equation. I aim to solve the equation. I need 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 to solve the equation. What's up? I use the money, I speak the truth. I broke a cycle, money didn't save me, it only changed the name. I'm up here, I double the dollar, I double the dollar, double the trauma, man. And now I live the proof of what success truly is, the plan. The beat hits a final dissonant low piano chord, ending with the sound of the metronome and muffled crying.
Manual for heaven. Static than a clean, cold voice. Welcome, you have purchased the official Manual for heaven. Please turn to section 1 acquisition. Remember, your physical reality is temporary. Your material assets are eternal.
Step 1, you gotta neutralize the block. Man, that's the first test. Convert the suffering to currency. Put the soul to rest, they preach humility, but the devil drives a finest bin, so I'm collecting assets. Gotta keep my fences mended. The manual says secure your future, forget the history. So I invest in silence, turning whispers into mystery. See, the system's a casino and the payouts not for patience. It's for the swift to snake, the one who dodges the surveillance. They selling peace in packages, price that your integrity. I bought the whole damn factory, now I'm selling it back to city. The pastor's Rolex glitters telling me the Lord provides, but I'm providing for myself where the true power resides. I follow the script of the street, get the dollar, get the defense. This ain't sin, this is survival. My 9-figure penitence. The book got rules for every minute, rules for every breath. It tells you how to live right, how to achieve death. But the page for redemption is ripped out, left me with nothing but stress. I'm looking at the guidelines, man, and they point straight to the stress. Wait, I gotta read the next chapter. It's about maintenance. You got the spoils, now hold the vision. But the money only amplified the scope of my collision. I bought the ocean view, but I'm still staring at the ceiling tiles. The therapy costs 5 figures, but it only lasts for a while. They told me the status quo brings salvation, that wealth is the key. But the poverty of spirit follows me even across the sea. I'm walking through the museum, looking at art that's worth a year's wages. But the only masterpiece I see is the trauma on these pages. The manual said, eliminate the negative noise, find it quiet. But the quiet is where my conscience screams, sparking the riot. I cut off the homies who were dragging their feet in the mud. But now I'm just alone, drinking imported blood. I look at the rules for being saved and I see the hypocrisy. They want the perfect narrative, they don't want the messy legacy. This manual's a forgery. It was written by the same oppressors. The third chapter, ascension, just white paper because they never intended for us to reach the final vapor. The manual is a decoy, it's a tool for control. It tells you how to build a cage, never how to free the soul. So I threw the book in the fire, I watched the instructions burn. The only true north is the lesson that you finally earn. You stop looking for directions, you become the direction. Their rhythm is coming back, time for the final rejection. I tear up the pages, I find my own rhythm, I wrote my own scripture. No more following the rules from the broken past. I am my own heaven, I am my own hell. The only instruction I need is the truth that I am. I'm the new author, I'm the new creed, I'm the harvest from the forgotten seed. Sin. My therapy is the mic. Click session 1, or is it 1,000? I lost count. They told me to write it down, said get it out of the vault. But the only vault I trust is this booth. The only professional, the reflection. The truth is, I'm not alright. And that's the only thing I'm sure of. Start the timer.
Had a catech attacks hit at 3 a.m. right when the city sleeps. I'm counting the ceiling tiles while the trauma runs deep. They say I got the Midas touch, man, everything I touch turns gold. But the gold is just elation for a story that can't be told. I got 1 million followers, but I can't follow a single good thought. The prescription bottle's empty, the pieces dearly bought. I paid the doctor 6 figures just to hear him say you're just overwhelmed. Now doc, I'm submerged, the whole damn ship is being helmed by a 10-year-old version of me screaming about the police lights. I'm reliving the basement floods, fighting the past on these mic nights. I tried the meditation, the crystals, the sage, it's all a decoy. The only way to face the horror is to weaponize the voice. Boy, I'm overanalyzing the silence, the echo of every critique. Am I a prophet or a patient? The answer is tragically bleak. What's the meaning of the movement? What's the cost of the fame? Is the vulnerability genuine or is it part of the game? They want the perfect breakdown, a marketable despair, but the truth is so ugly, man, I can't even share. The session's getting heavy, I gotta pause the clock.
I feel better when I'm spitting, I feel normal when I'm screaming.
You are substituting expression for resolution. The mic doesn't heal you, it amplifies the wound.
But the crowd cheering for my pain, that's the only affirmation I trust.
You are seeking validation, not salvation. What happens when the mic is off?
The metronome ticks faster, and I start writing again. The mic is my confessional, the only place I drop the disguise. I trade a Prozac for the flow, the trauma for the wise. Lyrical structure, I'm channeling the rage into a Remy force. The verses are the lifelines, rerouting the dangerous course. I realize the depression ain't a weakness, it's a superpower. It shows me the darkness, I just document the hour. I'm minding my despair, finding diamonds in the doubt. The pain that they pay to hear is the only thing that gets me out. I turn the crisis into content, the illness into an empire. I'm sitting on my fortune, fueling the internal fire. They ask me for the secret, the trick to being so real. I tell them the secret is I never learn how to properly heal. So I bleed on the record, let the world clean up the mess. This isn't therapy, man, it's the ultimate emotional stress test. But if I stop talking, I stop breathing, that's the code. I am not fixed. The mind is the booth. I'm documenting the darkness. The mic is the medicine. I face the reflection. I choose the expression. Yeah, I'm screaming my flaws. My therapy is the microphone. Hey. Now let the chaos flow.
B hits a final chaotic crescendo, then stops abruptly, leaving only the slow, fading sound of the metronome. Eternal, silent witness.
The hardest truth is the one you swallow. The most dangerous man in the room is the one who saw everything. I didn't pull the trigger. I didn't steal the wages, but silence is a signature. And I signed a dotted line. This ain't a story of crime. It's a confession of sight.
First scene, corner store, fluorescent light flickering on the counter. A young kid, barely 17, facing a powerful counting. He handed over the ledger, all the savings stacked in ones. The man smiled, shook his hand, said, the debt is done. But I saw the fine print, the predatory interest rates, all the quick calculations, still in the kid's bleak fate. He traded his labor for a lot, his hope over a receipt. He walked out the door, light a dragon, his defeated feet. I stood by the eye, adjusting my hoodie, looking for the cheap snack. My voice was a phantom blue tight to my back. I could've tapped his shoulder, whispered a warning code, but I didn't want the trouble, didn't want the heavy load. I chose the comfort of the spectator, the privilege of the neutral ground. The injustice was loud, but my silence was the loudest sound.
The conscience is a muscle, man, the mind's atrophy. I saw the theft of the future, loud the tyranny. I justified the distance, it's not my fight to see. But every time I zip my mouth, I pay the ultimate fee. The second act is coming, the price is going up.
Scene 2, the housing project, staircase dark, smelling of bleach and sorrow. A mother screaming, begging, she won't see her son tomorrow. The landlord's crew is present, dumping boxes on the curb. Eviction notice served, no mercy, no single kind word. The kid is crying, hugging a dirty one out teddy bear. The neighbors watching through the peepholes, a unified cold stare. I was parked across the street, waiting for my friend to show. Could've walked across, could've made the intervention flow. I told myself the law's the law, you can't disrupt the process. I dehumanize their pain, reduce it to a cold prognosis. I turn the volume down on my car stereo just to avoid the sound. The greatest sin a man is standing firm on moral neutral ground. I watch a
Little boy's face, the moment his world imploded, and I drove away clean, my moral code eroded. The horror isn't the crime, it's the acceptance of this system. I witnessed the ruin, man, and I gave it my passive imprimatur.
The worst part isn't the sight, it's the memory. It's the way the image repeats when you're trying to sleep peacefully. I wanted to be a hero, a legend, a voice for the voiceless. But I was just a coward trapped in the quiet choices. The judge wasn't the man in the robe, the judge was the silence, and the jury was my conscience, finding me guilty of compliance. I traded my advocacy for convenience, my fire for the freeze. I'm the monster in this story, praying on my knees. The final act, the judgment.
I am the silent witness. I carry the burden, the quiet burden. Not to kiss it in the narrative. I didn't steal the dollar, but I sanctioned the steal. I didn't raise the fist, but I allowed what was real. The horror is simple. It's not in the night. It's standing in the daylight and refusing to fight. It's a final, huge crash, followed by the slow fading sound of the heartbeat.
The block's compass, yeah, they gave us corners. They never gave us coordinates. They gave us streets named after leaders. We never hear from the concrete maze. Got no North Star, no GPS, just the sound of sirens and the echoes of regret. So you pick your direction, is it survival or is it soul? My compass is spinning, man, my compass is always spinning. Look, I walk the perimeter, same 20 blocks since birth. Watch the streetlights flicker, measure my self-worth. They told me stay on pattern, that's the scripture of the pavement. But the pattern only leads to prison or cheap enslavement. My mind's a battlefield where the virtue in the vodka light. My reflection in the glasses telling me the high. See the dealer selling dreams, priced in 10-year sentences, and the pastor selling peace, based on how the remittances. We built a cathedral out of trauma dedicated to the quick dime. Every Friday the clock resets, another murder, another crime. I gotta navigate the hate, gotta weave through the chaos. Is the high road paved with gold, or is it merely hiatus? They say the money talks, but here the silence is the loudest sermon. My compass needle's pointing south, that's where the trouble's lurking. The block of eyes, the concrete talks and codes. Every step is measured, every dead I'm old. They call me king, but I'm just wearing hand-me-down robes. I'm checking the reflection, trying to find where the honest man goes. The pressure cooker's boiling, man, the temperature's high. Gotta choose the path, gotta choose before I die. The block's compass is broken, but my vision is clear. I gotta map my own morals, gotta bury the fear. They feed us the poison and they tell us to cheer. I speak the truth in the mic so the whole wide world can hear. I follow the rhythm of the spirit, whoa, not the rhythm of the street. I'm trading the fast lane for the wisdom on my feet, whoa, not the rhythm of the street. Yeah, but I found my way home.
Let me tell you about Lil Mike, only 16, hands full of ambition. He saw the corner office, but only understood the street definition. He thought the power was in the pistol, that authority wasn't a threat. He missed a lecture on legacy, now he's paying off the debt. His father was a martyr, his mother a broken vase, glued back with tears. He just needed a direction, someone to calm his fears. But a role model was the hustler, rolling dice, rocking diamond studs. The guidance counselor was nowhere, lost in the city floods. I tried to holler at a man, told him look inside for your true north. He said my true north is cash, man, what's up for lost true north? That's the dilemma of the compass, it only works when you hold it steady. But the wind blows hard out here and the kids ain't ready. He picked the direction of the dark, not the direction of the light. Now his story is a headline, a cautionary tale of the night. We talk about direction, but what if the direction is corrupted? What if the road signs themselves, our intention really disrupted? We are the product of trauma refined by the friction. The choice of between right and wrong is between life and self-infliction. They want us pointed down, counting the bricks in the pavement. But my mind is the skyscraper, my thought is the commandment. I stopped looking for the guidance in the sky. In the system I looked inward, and the compass was me. The block's compass is broken, but my vision is clear. I gotta map my own morals, gotta bury the fear. They feed us the poison and they tell us to cheer. I speak the truth in the mic so the whole wide world can hear. I follow the rhythm of the spirit, oh, get the rhythm of the street. I'm trading the fast lane for the wisdom of my feet, oh, got the rhythm of this breaking, yeah, but I found my way home. True north, true north. It's inside, brother.
The glass ceiling broke. They told me the view was only for the chosen few. They built the invisible limit, kept the light from breaking through. I didn't climb the ladder, man, I brought the hammer, the glass is shattered. But the pieces, they still cut. Now the whole world is watching. The way begins. Look, the architect of doubt just lost his whole blueprint. I hit the invisible barrier and I left the visible imprint. They said stick to the code, the one that kept the block confined. I took their blueprint for failure and left their whole system blind. I broke the sound barrier, the color barrier, the ceiling of your perception. Now my success is the mirror reflecting your deep deception. I bought the penthouse view, but I don't see the city, I see the sacrifice. Every step I take up here, I pay the ultimate price. They try to sanitize the struggle, clean up the narrative ground. The crack in the glass proves where I spend my time. I ain't just rap, I'm the promise made good, the debt repaid. I am the moment the invisible wall finally gave way. The ceiling broke, but now the
pressure's coming from the ground. The voice of the community is the loudest sound. You see the crown, but you don't see the pressure of the steel. They call me savior, but I still don't know what's real. I broke the glass, but the shrapnel fell on the homies below. Am I the beacon of hope, or am I just part of the show? The view is great, but who is standing here with me? The weight of the whole block is heavy, believe me. Then a pity applause sounds faint. I see the children looking up, calling me the saint. The new narrative demands I be flawless, a perfect design, but the trauma runs deep, man. I'm constantly crossing the line. I'm representing the struggle, but I'm living in the excess. The contradiction is a tightrope adding to my distress. They said go change the world, but who's gonna change me? The guilt of making it out while the block is still not free. I look at the broken ceiling, now I see the sky wide open, but I feel the eyes of my ancestors watching every word spoken. The pressure of the platinum, the burden of the golden ticket. I bought the whole damn universe, but I still feel restricted. I can buy 1,000 houses, but I can't buy back the peace. The representation is a tax that never finds release. The glass broke, and the noise was deafening, but the silence that followed, that's the real test of a man's reckoning. They need me to be perfect so they can believe it's possible, but I'm just flawed. Fighting demons, surviving the obstacle. I am not your role model, I am your reflection. I just showed you the path. The glass ceiling was never meant to hold me, it was meant to hold you. I just proved the material was fragile, now it's your turn to climb. Don't look at me, look at the clown. The ceiling is shattered, now breathe a new air. The mandate is clear, go show them you care. I carry the burden, now I share the despair. The representation is heavy, but the victory is rare. I'm not going back down, the view is too wide. I broke all your rules, I got nowhere to hide. The glass ceiling broke, yeah, it finally gave way. I'm standing in the sunlight, waiting for the brand new day, The gospel of the second chance. They handed me the stone, told me to cast it first. Said judgment was the currency and mercy was the curse. But who am I, the hypocrite with dirt still on my sleeve? The first mistake is believing you can't be retrieved. I checked the book, chapter 1 to fall. But the page for the sequel, that's the one I gotta call. My history's a scripture, every verse stained with error. I walked the wide path, chasing temporary terror. Sold my birthright for a bowl of borrowed cold ambition. Now the debt collectors knocking, demanding my submission. They call me king, but I'm just living on the wrong throne. My palace built on secrets, paid with sins I can't atone. I'm caught in the parable, man, the prodigal son's disease. Feasting with the pigs while ignoring the pleas. The block is my Babylon, flashing lights of the false gods. They say once a sinner, always a sinner, stacking the odds. I got the weight of the cross, but I ain't got the strength to carry. My soul is the desert, waiting for the necessary sanctuary. Every mirror's a Goliath, reflecting the mistakes I've done. I'm praying for the sun, but I'm living under the gun. This is the moment of truth, man, I'm at the bottom of the well. I gotta find that gospel, gotta break this living hell. I heard the voice of the shepherd saying pick up your bed, but my legs feel broken, the memories are weighing down my head. The devil's a lawyer quoting every single line I misuse. I'm begging for acquittal, the charges I refuse. Hold up.
Let the rhythm switch.
Yeah.
Let the new revelation hit.
The baseline changed because the narrative found grace. I'm looking past the shadow, seeing light in this place. The second chance ain't a ticket, it's the work you gotta put in. It's the daily fight with the person you could've been. My God is not a hammer, my God is the horizon line. The love I couldn't find in Compton, I found in the divine. The book says 7 times 7, you must forgive the trespass. I'm forgiving myself first, letting the heavy water pass. I'm rebuilding the temple, brick by agonizing, break the new foundation solid, man, I'm done with all the trick. The gospel is the practice, not the prayer. On Sunday morning, it's the silent battle won when the doubt starts forming. I'm walking the narrow road, hands blistered, feet are sore. The destination's purpose and I can't ask for more.
I trade the anger for acceptance, the fear for the fortitude. They told me the miracle was walking on the water. I realized the miracle was just staying above the water. It's telling the truth when the lie feels more profitable. It's seeing the reflection of God in the eyes of the disposable. The gospel of the second chance is simple. It means the past is evidence, not a sentence. You don't erase the sin, you redefine the repentance. You pick up the stone you were holding and you use it to build. Yeah, you use it to build. The final phase is the affirmation. I am not mine in the grace. I am the grace. I'm fraud in the race.
Am I on break?
My road paid is gone.
I found my place.
I'm writing a sequel to the story of the human race. The second chance is real.
It lives in my brain.
I beat the corruption.
I can do the day.
The compass is fixed,
Pointing to the light.
I'm the living testimony, walking out of the night.
Gospel.
Gospel.
I walked past the pillars of fire, past the angels on break. Found a room at the end, the ultimate handshake. No gold, no clouds, just a desk and a silence. I sat down, pulled out the notebook, ready for the violence. The air was too clean, the light was too honest. My soul felt like a question mark. The interview begins. I gotta start with the block, the math just doesn't equate. We pray for the sunlight, but we get served the hate. The innocent get taken, the tyrants get the crown. You built the garden, but you let the whole damn structure burn down. Why the silence and the suffering? Why the constant defeat? Is the human condition just a game you refuse to complete? We seek guidance in the scripture, but the scripture's full of blood. Is the test perpetual, or are we just misunderstood? You asked for completion, but I gifted you choice. I gave you the rhythm, you chose the deafening noise. The suffering you witnessed, that is your collective decision. The injustice you document is the lack of internal vision. I gave you the compass, you chose the chaos instead. The kingdom is within you, it's not above your head. But the system's rigged, because we're dealt dirty from the jump. We're products of the trauma, living on the structural hump. How can you preach accountability when the starting line's uneven? I need a real answer, man, I'm fighting to believe in that. That's what I'm saying. Okay, let's talk purpose, I'm the voice. The new generation sound, I'm spitting truth, man, putting reality on the ground. But the fame is the poison, it corrupts the whole foundation. I trade my salvation for the crowd's loud affirmation. Is my art just narcissism with a decent moral slant? Am I a tool for change or just a temporary brand? I built a pedestal, but the weight of the prophecy's enormous. When the ego takes over, where does the true soul reformance? Your purpose is the question, not the comfortable answer. Your art is the struggle to fight against the spiritual cancer. The fame is a distraction, the ultimate test of the word. I didn't send you a message, I sent you the messenger. The absurd contradictory vessel that holds both the light and the dark. You seek absolution, but your job is to leave the mark. You are not the savior, you are the mirror. The reflection is hard, but it brings the world clear. I dropped a notebook, the pen rolled off the desk. Silence was the only thing I truly possessed. I realized the interview wasn't for him, it was for me. He didn't give me the answers, he just handed me the key to my own damn complexity, my own contradiction. The greatest prophecy is self-infliction. I stopped asking why is the world broken and started asking how much of the world's brokenness is me. The session is over, I walk away with the final truth. I walk out the door, the pillars, fire, cold. I got no absolution, but the story can be told. The purpose ain't global, the dance is the silence. I'm the vessel, the message, the human flaw. The interview is finished, I accept the law of the human. I'm walking back into the darkness, carrying my own light. Beat, it's a final heavy chord, followed by the slow echoing sound of the closing door.
70 hours in Compton. Not a postcard, not a myth. It's a 70-hour clock. Tick-tock. The whole lifespan of a decision. Condensed. You breathe the smoke, you drink the silence, you survive the weekend. The journey starts when the sun hides. Hour zero. Sitting on the porch, watching the perimeter dissolve. The streetlights flicker yellow, illuminating the unsolved. My cousin Trey, nervous twitching, counting the cash stack. Said we gotta move this product, man, there ain't no turning back. I saw the hunger in his eyes, the reflection of the cheap fame. He trades his future for the moment, playing the survival game. I was 12, the house parties jumping, stereos blasting OP funk. But the air is heavy with whispers, cause somebody pulled a punk. We ducked behind a Chevrolet, heard a distant muffle pop.
Trey whisper, stay low. Man, this block don't never stop. I'm checking my phone, no service. Fear is the transmission. I'm writing these lyrics in my head, documenting the condition. The clock is a witness, silence is the lie. I just made it past midnight, thanking the concrete sky. 24 hours down, feeling the friction and the heat. I saw the face of the devil walking down my street. Didn't wear horns, many wore a badge in a clean uniform. Asking questions in the darkness, seeking out the perfect storm. I kept my head down, kept my pattern, played the mural. The city's got my body, but I'm trying to save my soul. It's Saturday morning, the real pressure starts now. Yeah. Hour 35, sitting in the corner booth at the local Greasy Spoon. Order the coffee, black, observing under the midday moon. A brother walks in, eyes wide, sweating through his clean white tee. He collapsed on the counter, whispering, pray for me. He said he lost a package, the money gone, the contacts breached. The consequences are fatal, the lessons already preached. I asked him, where's your compass, man? Where's your moral code? He just stared at his hand, shoulder slumped by the heavy load. I reached it in my pocket, pulled out a 20. It was nothing really, but the gesture was everything, piercing the anxiety, chilly. He looked at me with gratitude, mixed with deep, profound shame. And I realized the compassion here is the realest kind of fame. I didn't preach scripture, I just provided the brief reprieve. The humanity in Compton is the only thing I truly believe our feet pursue. The fun is setting again. I saw the difference between a choice and a consequence. We all just moments away from being the villain in someone else's memoir. The block doesn't demand your death, it demands your attention. It demands that you listen to the echo of your decisions and the silence between the sirens. That's where the real teaching is found. Only 18 hours left. Let's see how the story ends. Hour 69, the church bells ringing, Sunday morning, Santa rain. I saw a Trey, clean shirt, standing with his sister again. He didn't make the drop, man. He chose a light instead of the loot. He saw the face of the fear, decided to reroute the whole shoot. 70 hours done, I survived the maze. I kept my eyes focused high. The streets will test you, but the real power is to defy. I didn't change the block, I just changed my position on the map. I'm walking out of the chaos, not looking for the quick trap. This is the Compton story, not the headline, but the heart. I'm done with the minutes, ready for the brand new start.
The price of prophecy.
They built the altar, they brought the sacrifice. They need a symbol, a lightning rod for the fight. They call me chosen, but the choice was never mine. The weight of a million futures, it bends the spine. Every verse is a testament, every mistake is a scripture. The prophecy is complete, but the payment is still due. They stand on the corner, eyes wide, demanding the sermon. Said tell us the blueprint, prophet, show us the final vermin. They handed me the mirror, told me to reflect their pain, but the reflection showed my flaws, the internal hurricane. I'm supposed to be the pillar, the one that never buckles, dodging the critique, breaking all the market shackles. They want me flawless, a leader, immune to the lust and the liquor, but the human in the vessel makes the spirit flicker quicker. I carry the weight of Compton, the despair of every lost child. My success is alone, only accepted if I keep it mild. I speak the language of freedom, but I'm locked in the labels vault. Every political line I spit is analyzed, marked with a fault. They hail the return of the king, but they don't see the fatigue. The throne is just a gilded cage, trapped in the cultural league. I ask the higher power, why me? Why the heavy load? The answer was silence, man. Just the path that got showed. I see the future they want, but I'm too busy facing the path. Is this fame a blessing or a curse that's built to last? The pedestal is shaking, I need to get off the stage. Yeah, I need to get off the stage. Get off the stage. I woke up sweating, haunted by the ghost of the mandate. What if I'm a fraud? What if I'm just here to bait? The prophet is a human, susceptible to the same greed. I bought the whole neighborhood, but I can't plant a single good seed. The fame is the fire, and the truth is the oxygen tank. I'm struggling through breathe. Staring at the critical bank, I saw the kids die over colors, over a senseless greed. And my prophecy fell hollow, just an intellectual need. They want a symbol of light, but I'm just shadows and fog. I tried to save the whole world, but I couldn't save the dog. I look at the historical figures, the martyrs who paid the ultimate price. They died for the message, I live for the compromise. The true price of the prophecy isn't the wealth that you gain, it's the knowledge that your voice can eradicate the pain.
The message is free, but the messenger is expensive. I tried to reject the role, said I'm just a rapper, not as sensitive. But the moment the microphone went live, the contract was signed. The prophecy isn't what I speak, it's what I represent to mankind. I can't quit, the weight won't allow me to simply resign. The only way out of the prophecy is to become the prophecy. Not the perfect one, the honest one. The one who carries the burden and still keeps going. The final affirmation, the truth hurts.
I wear the title, I accept the heavy cost. The message is eternal, the human will be lost. I speak the future, I spit the old truth. I'm the designated voice for the misguided youth. The price is my silence, my peace is defeat. I'm chained to the calling, I'm finally free. The prophecy's fulfilled, look at the proof. I am the symbol, I am the uncomfortable truth. Beat hits a final, overwhelming crescendo. With laying voices chanting prophet, then cuts to a quick, decisive silence.
They filed away to history. They filed away to history. They try to fold the tape, but the rage, it doesn't respect the clock. It doesn't bow to the lie. It's a genetic legacy, man. A circular inheritance, time is circular. And the past is never truly behind. Starting to count, I was 0.
400 years is just a cold number on the page. But I feel the whip in the soul, the fury of that ancient stage. My great-grandmother swept the floor where the law was made to break. The system was a cycle when only role was to sustain. I read the map, the lines were drawn without pain. Progress is a myth they used to contain us and keep us captive. They stole the culture, stole the land, stole the name. They rewrote the manual and blamed us for the flame. The rage isn't mine, it's the echo of all those who couldn't speak. It's the debt I inherited, the price I have to meet. I see the history books, they try to sell a clean version, but the blood in the foundation is only truth that keeps me on the scene. The rage starts on the plantation, filtered to the concrete street.
The timeline moves on, but the trauma has no fast forward button. I carry the ghost, man, I'm their bodyguard. Disorder. They want me to forget to smile for the camera, but the ancestral fire inside my chest has no way to settle down. The next era is personal. I'm bringing the rage home.
I was on the block, 10 years old, watching my father get cuffed. They said misconduct, but the rage is what was stacked up. I saw the timeline fold. History repeat in my own backyard. The same ancient fear, the same judgment, the same fatal card. I am the product of that rage. I transformed it into raw ambition. I used their hate as fuel to show what the naked truth can do. I built my empire on the moment you doubted. You gave me the pain, I used it, and now the bill exploded. The timeline of rage taught me the system isn't blind. It's precise, they know exactly who to hit, who to crush, who to price. I see the young neighbor repeating the exact same failure, because the only lesson he learned is that the pain never fails. I am the living proof that rage is not a mistake.
It is a necessity. Rage is a line, and I am at its final point where ancestral pain meets modern despair. I tried to deny it, I tried to mediate it, I tried to mold it into clean, sellable art. But the truth is, rage is my compass. It is my north. It tells me what is wrong, it tells me what to protect. It's not destructive, it's informative. It is the engine that moves me, and I honor it. I transform it. The chronology closes, the cycle completes.
I am the rage, I am the proof,
I am the time,
new lesson,
I carry fire,
I explode.
the timeline is broken, I don't deny it,
I release it,
I don't deny it,
release it on the microphone.
I was the cure,
The only one that put me on the throne.
I am the story,
The past impersonate. My rage is my crown.
The beat hits a chaotic apex of percussion and background shouts, and then cuts abruptly, leaving only the sound of the slide projector burning out.
And they gave me the phrase in Sunday school. Engraved in gold, fail proof, the only creed true love does not disappoint. But I grew up on a street where betrayal was breakfast and disappointment was the only thing that showed up on time. The search for truth is the only faith I have left.
I believe the book, search for purity in the first dance. Promises on the moon, the only way to get a second chance. I watched my mother cry, my father's face at the leaving door, and the only lesson I caught was that forever has a limit. I look for true love in my first girl's eyes, you know, where there's no contract, just a soul to keep. But Jealousy is a parasite and greed is a sickness. You traded affection for comfort, my name for convenience. I came back to the block looking for family, the unconditional embrace. But envy is a virus, loyalty is conditional. The formula failed, man, true love, it broke me. I looked in the mirror, the only face that never left me. Disappointment is not the failure of love, it is the failure of the one who promised it. If true love does not disappoint, then what I felt was fake. I question the source, I question the gospel, I question the high. They sold me the lie, packaged in a pretty envelope. I need a new compass, the one they gave me is broken.
I love the block, I dedicated my life, my verse, my sweat. I thought true love was loyalty, that it healed the worst pain. I spoke for them, I was the messenger. I paid the price twice over, but when I stumbled, they were the first to steal my relief. They want the purity, but they only accept my rage. They love the Messiah, but they hate the man who's in the cage. True love does not disappoint, tell that to the boy who saw the pastor steal the tithe. The only escape he built, I turned to faith. Saw divine love, the unconditional. But the church is political and religion is a fatal sign. It's the hypocrisy, the judgment, the line drawn in the sand where condemnation is easier than the love that beckons you. I stopped looking for love and others looked in my own DNA. But I am flawed, man. The disappointment starts with me. True love does not disappoint because it has no expectation. It is the presence, the acceptance of what is. It's not a feeling, it's an action. It's my choice to keep going. I stopped waiting for you to love me, and I decided to just love. Disappointment is the result of a fairy tale that was sold. The truth is the struggle. The truth is being strong and not sold. The love that does not disappoint is the love I give to my son. It is the only circle I control. It is my last and only asylum. I rewrote the phrase. True love is not passive.
It's not a feeling.
It's not a feeling.
It's the fight that I take.
I am the love I was looking for. So I will not be broken.
And what is pure?
I am the living proof
That true love is the future.
True love does not
Do not disappoint.
because it is not.
Disappoint.
I am the only witness that the truth saved me. It's me.
The choir intensifies and merges with a final, clean, hopeful piano chord.
And the vow wasn't silence, it was sufficiency. We swore allegiance to the minimum. The maximum was a myth. The verse was the currency, the rhythm was the only wealth we own. I broke the vow of poverty with a pen, but the poverty is spirit. That one follows you home.
Look, the first note was scarcity, that's where the lesson starts. My diet was discipline, fuel for the hungry heart. We ate the cheap ramen, but the lyrics were gourmet. Traded the heat in the winter for a verse to light the way. I wore the same sneakers, holes in the soul, but the focus was whole. I didn't need a validation, just the hunger in my soul. I remember the bus pass, the dollar bill folded 6 times. The mental inventory, every single lyric, every crime. We made a vow to the hustle, the one that can't be bought. We built a movement on nothing from the lessons we were taught. The landlord was God, the rent was paid and commitment in time. The fear of going backwards was the only reason I could climb. I had poverty in my pocket, but I had a kingdom in my head. The spirit was rich, man, though the body wasn't fed.
The promise was simple, don't ever change the script. But the script got rewritten when the platinum plate was dipped. They said you earned the escape, now enjoy the whole view. But the view looks different when the hunger isn't true. I'm standing in the mansion, man, but the echo is loud. The old voice is calling me back from the crowd.
Now the fridge is full, but the spirit is running on empty. I dropped 100 racks just to make the old voice resent me. I look at the receipt for the watch, it could've fit the whole block. Did I break the vow of poverty or just accelerate the clock? I got the diamond necklace, but the chains feel heavy on my core. The luxury's a metaphor for the distance from the store. The old vow was simple, the mic is the only friend. Now the phones are tapping, and the friendship has an end. I remember sharing the mattress, now I got 10 different rooms. The wealth is the volume that amplifies all the gloom. I fought for the check, but I lost the perspective. I was chasing a man who broke the vows to wealth. I'm now embracing, I'm a millionaire now, but the mental math is worse. Way before I calculate the cost of my soul, standing at the designer door. I'm living proof that you can change the address, but you can't erase the memory.
The vow was about focus, not about lack. It was about value and the word over the track. The market told me sell the truth. The poverty said keep it sacred. I chose both, and the spirit became naked. The new contract is simple. I'm a billionaire with a beggar's heart. I'm still honoring the vow, man. I'm just playing a different part. The richness is material, but the verses, they are still broke. They still speak the language of the struggle, the pain and the smoke. I am the conflict. I am the resolution.
The vow stands. Virgo's still here. I broke the cycle, not the cover. The poverty's gone. The humility is heaven sent. I'm defined by the rhythm, not by the price. I honor the oath, I paid the sacrifice. Yeah, still alive, it's forever. Yeah, still alive. I'm the spirit of the gutter, trying to survive. Final loop, followed by
Silence.
Didn't have time. You didn't have time. Time is the only luxury that money cannot buy. And the only gift you never gave me 7 days a week, 30 years, the excuse is always the same. The clock doesn't stop. But you were always late. The debt of time is the only one that never expires.
I needed 10 minutes. You had an hour on the corner. That day fear broke me. I needed a light in the dark. I wanted the manual, the recipe to avoid the fall. But you were working busy with the next call. Your inheritance wasn't money, nor was it the name I carry. It was a timeline of abandonment, the burden I denied. So other fathers playing ball, teaching to drive. You know, while I learned to be a man with the mirror and the key. I called you from jail, asking how to get out of the hole. You said I don't have time, boy. I'm sorting out my own knot. And I sentence, man, to rewrote my entire biography. I forgave you for the crime, but not for the manner you taught me in the street. That time is a currency, only spent on oneself. The lesson is clear, the resentment is deep, the abyss. I watch you from the top, watching you run in circles. You have the time now, but the time is covered in ridicule. You could buy the watch, but you can't buy back what it took away. The truth is you weren't busy, you just didn't care at that hour. Now the tables are turned, and time is my status quo. You call me desperate, asking how the money grew. You want a minute of my time, the chance to be the father who failed. But I say sorry, I'm working, time's up. I throw the offense back, man, because the pain needs change. I am the result of your absence, an experiment that ended up succeeding. I am the time you to dedicate, transformed in a platinum verse. Like you should vacuum, you lack like a vitamin. I hired security lawyers to manage my time, to ensure I never end up in the same dirt, the same grind. You lost the childhood, lost the adolescence, lost the man I am. Time is not a mistake, it is a choice that causes to show you that didn't have time to love me. I don't have time to save you. Therapy told me forgiveness is the path to healing, but healing requires time. And you stole that structure from me. I carry the wound if I didn't have time, like a tattoo on my wrist. I'm obsessed with watches, man, because I know the cost. Time is not money, time is life, time is presence, and your absence was the only inconstant sentence. I am the busiest man in the world now, and the irony is painful. I have all the time in the world, but I can't buy it back for the child who still haunts me. The clock is broken, the lesson was hard, you weren't there. Time is the only God I didn't adore. You didn't have time. I am the man of tomorrow. I am the time. The time that I am.
I am the man who learned the cost of not having one. The distorted beat drags. The sound of the broken clock fails one last time and the string loop slowly fades out.